My name is Lourde Childs, and I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona. My favorite part about being a musician is seeing how the music I make impacts other people. That's my favorite part. So whether that be after I drop a project, seeing everybody's responses to it and like how it has impacted someone else's life, or when I'm doing performances, just being able to connect with people when I'm singing and just seeing the joy on their faces or the tears on their face, just being able to allow people to escape for a second, whether it be just for a 60-minute show, leave whatever's going on in your life, leave it at the door and just be here for 60 minutes. And then don't worry about that until curtain call, So that's my favorite part. In the least selfish way possible, I make music for me. I make music because it helps me understand the world around me and understand what I'm feeling. I make music to inspire. I make music to change things, I really believe that art and music is what's gonna be the force to really shift the culture as it has been in history. And so the reason why I do it is because it's what keeps the world spinning and it's what keeps me going. So, my mom and my dad, they always show me, there's this video of me when I was like 3 years old. And back in Milwaukee, every time after church on Sundays, I would always come home, and in my mom's office, she had these cabinets up against her wall that had mirrors on the front of them. And I would go up to my little Spider-Man microphone, and I would just be singing all the songs that I heard in church that morning. So I think in that video, I was singing Shake the Foundation. Glory, hallelujah. It's the cutest video ever, but I always go back to that video. This was one of my dad's favorite songs growing up that he showed me when I was, 7 years old, and it became one of my favorites of all time. Avant did his rendition of Christopher Cross's Sailing, and that is one of my favorite songs ever. I would try to learn it on the piano when I was really young, but I've always found myself singing that song. So I'd say Sailing. I think when it comes to music composition, when it comes to writing my songs and producing them, I definitely I base them off of what I'm going through in the moment. Well, what I'm going through in the moment and other experiences that have inspired me. So sometimes my friends will tell me stuff that they're going through or relationships that they're going through, and I'm like, I'm gonna write a song about that. And so I've done that all the time, especially on the new project that I did. But stylistically and creatively, I take a lot of inspiration, especially in my performances, by Beyonce, of course, Michael Jackson. That was one of my first favorite artists, was Michael Jackson. And then compositionally, I love Stevie Wonder. So I think those are my big three. So, just like you, I was in an Uber on the way to a gig that I do every week with my guy Eric. And the chorus melody popped into my head, right? And so I started singing the chorus melody, and then I heard Just Like You, right? And before that, I had written a song called Crush, of which was about always finding myself having crushes on the wrong people. I have crushes on things that I know, that's not gonna happen, And so when I started writing Just Like You, I took it from the perspective of, I really like you, and I'm gonna convince you that you like me just as much as I like you, And I'm gonna show you that we're actually very similar. I'm actually just like you. So that's what that song is about. Kind of goes to that person, no, you do like me. No, wait, you do like me, because I like you a lot. Yeah, so my project HEARTTHROB is a homage to all of the pop stars of the past that have really inspired me. It's a tribute to the sounds and the aesthetics of the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s. Everything that just made you awe over a pop star, and just back in those times where those pop stars felt like superheroes, it's a tribute to that feeling, of seeing somebody talk about what you've been feeling for the last however long, and just to just the glamour of it. That's the inspiration behind the project. Growing up, my inspiration has come from a lot of different forms of media. So I've always loved theater, and I've loved songwriting and learning instruments and whatnot. And I've always been a very dramatic person. When just in general, like in general, I was very dramatic, but also in my first productions that I did when I was really, really young, they were always very dramatic and very cinematic productions. So I think as an artist, I encapsulate every aspect of media that influences me and that inspires me. So my goal is to like bring as much drama and to bring like to take every single idea and blow it to the max and create an entire world around it. As an artist, I really want my fans and my audience to, whenever I release a new project, I want them to like have a whole experience with it. You know, I want it to be like a big chapter like in their lives, you know, just how my favorite albums for my favorite artists were big chapters in my life, you know, with the visuals and everything around it. So I think as an artist, I'm kind of an actor in a way, is how I would like to say it. I'm kind of an actor and the director. So, well, of course I could say Beyonce. Of course I could say Beyonce. You know, girl, just, you know, call me up for Act 3, you know. But I think my dream collaboration, it doesn't even have to be a record that's released. It doesn't have to be a song that's released. But I would just love the honor of singing and just sharing the space with Stevie Wonder. That's the goal. To just to sing Overjoyed or You and I with Stevie Wonder. That's the dream. That's the dream. My purpose for all of this is two things. It's joy and it's representation. Because I feel like I didn't really grow up with many black male pop stars that I could really look up to, like, and I didn't really grow up specifically with black queer pop stars, you know, and I really want to be that presence and that proof to other black queer children that, hey, like, I'm doing this, I'm killing this, there's no reason why you can't either. So that's the reason why I do it, and that's what keeps me driven. I want people to see that pop music is very black, and it's very forward, and it's very raw, and it's very joyous, and that it's authentic, you know, to the culture. And it's an authentic part of the culture, and that's my goal. So, yeah. Next, my goal is to really open up a world. I really want to just keep getting deeper and deeper, and to just expand in every aspect, to just expand in the music that I've written and expand in the visuals that you guys are going to see, and just to really dive into every aspect of art in itself, to make it really a holistic situation. That's my goal. That's what's next.